Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone. I am here in our lovely. I do really like this room. It's. I think it really does well. The little particle effects there. But I am here, and we are going to have a big episode today. Not necessarily long, although I'm assuming it will be, but we're going to get a lot done. We are going to tackle a problem that I have been facing, well, me and King of the Jacks has been facing for a long time. A long, long time. We are terribly out of space. We really, this just does not cover how much stuff we have. I say it is time to build a storage room. Now, I wanted to build it right here, on the closest level, but it would mean I want to build a large storage room naturally. I don't really want to build multiple storage rooms, and it would be too close to the surface. It'd have to be a huge mound, and I don't really want to do that. So I have dedicated the second level to it, the third level being the potion room, the fourth level being the farms. And so this is the level that will have our chest room. Now I know what design I'm going to do, and I'm going to pop into Creative World and show you some of the components that are going to fit into this storage room. But first, I need to do a very important thing. I need to go get myself an iced coffee because it is really hot here. After 10 o'clock, after the sun had gone down, it was still 95 degrees or something. It was 93 degrees or something like that. It is killer hot, so I will pop out, get my coffee, and meet you guys back. Okay, so I have logged into my redstone testing world for the storage room. You'll notice that it's a void world. Okay, so this isn't actually my normal IEEE testing world. Now, the reason for that is this is not my actual design. This was done by a great chap, Tango Tech, brilliant redstone designer. He made the Iron Titan, a huge iron golem farm. Really go check him out. He's a wonderful guy. But this is his storage system. You plop all your items in, whatever. There is storage lock on. Now, it does make noise, so, beware. But so does every, well, no, not really every storage system. But this is unique in that it becomes considerably more efficient. I will explain that. Okay, so the basics of the system runs like this. Your items go in. There happens to be a storage lock. But your items go in, and the unique thing about this is you have to fill the whole chest, because basically it dumps all the hoppers into the same chest, where you have a row of items and you can't put any glass in here. The hopper can't put any glass because it's full. However, it can stack cobble and it can stack red sheepskin. So that is the method for this. You'll see the different types of woods, and only wood can go in this chest, and each individual type will fill this up. So it's a really neat system. It's fairly cheap in terms of hoppers. A normal system uses a considerable higher amount of hoppers, and so I like it. And I think so it reduces lag. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's necessarily faster, but it does a fairly good job of it. And I think I can deal with the noise because I can come in, dump my items. So this is his design, and you can see here the hopper going up for the hopper elevator, sorry, droppers going up for the drop elevator, the hoppers pointing out to go into the chests. So, that's all good. This is what the dropper, man, I can't speak today. The dropper clock system works like, with a tower in the middle, so you just need to keep pulsing that, and every item will move up, and you just bring it around. And it's a great system. So I have worked on my own version here. Now, it's not modeled in terms of color, but it is in terms of functionality how I want it. It may seem a little odd that there are these really wide spaces where Tango's system was flush or next to each other, so as basically taking two blocks out of there, joining them together. It's great, except that I happen to have something I want to do in this space at a later date, but I'll leave that as a surprise. So this is how it works, how I'm going to want to set it. I think this all around would give me enough chests. I think that would be plenty for now. Another alteration I made is I wanted the input chest to be in the middle, so we we'll come in through our tall hallway. I want a tall hallway, kind of grand. Come in, dump all our stuff and have it start taking it away. Now, I haven't finished it yet. All the clocking and stuff is yet to be fully set up, but the basics of it work. And I have a section set up and the timer system, or not the timer system, but the elevator, and I've tested and it does work, and I've just been working on optimizing the hopper usage, and yeah, but I am considerably far enough along that I can work on digging out the space and gathering the materials. As you'll see, we will need a ton of hoppers and a ton of droppers and stuff, so we will get on to working about that. So yeah, just enjoying my iced coffee. So I think we'll go mining first. I don't know. Again, I can't stress it enough. This design was not invented by me. It was by Tango Tech, and I made modifications to the system. For example, his timing went across, and because I have this cube of glass here, which will occupy something else, then I couldn't join them together in the normal way that he joined them together. I had to come up with my own system, so this is truly based on his, but really organized differently. As you can see, the system is totally tileable, which is something I really like. You can make it as large or as small as you want. They're just comprised of the units. And so you just build sets of units, and yeah, that's it. You can put a double here, but I believe there's nothing stopping. Oh, you might have to do a block there. But I believe you can join them singly together if you do a little bit of rewiring. It's all controlled by one control system here with your input chest and item lock, and then it just filters through. It filters up one side, down, up again, down, so it has a chance to drop through each chest. Again, it has to be full of items in order for. I have just fallen down into, on purpose obviously, into the strip mine that King of the Jacks did a while ago. I have still stuff from when I was last mining, and I am going to go head off and get some mining done myself. Now, it's kind of funny that it's blocked off here, because it's not been totally cleared there, but so yeah, I'm gonna go off, do more work trying to find more ravines, and I'll catch you guys when I have done that going. Here's some gold stuff. So I've been doing a whole bunch of mining. I've discovered this fairly rich place too. Although, as you can see by my inventory, I've got 1, 2, 3, got 8, almost 9 stacks of iron. That's really what I'm here for, because a item sorter uses a lot of hoppers, and hoppers take 5 items per hopper. Now, I think there is 1 hopper in my design for every. I think I'm. Oh, there we go. Right there, you can see the cobwebs, is an abandoned mine shaft. Now, because I've got 38 levels and almost 9 stacks of iron, I don't think I'm going to go exploring that. Although I have to say it would be pretty fun to go exploring. So I think we may go exploring that in another episode. So I'm going to save the coordinates, and I'm going to call this enough mining for now, and head home, because I actually have no idea where I am, and we'll start work on the sorter. Right, so now that we have all this iron, and, well, actually, there's a little more, and the gold too, we're going to use my favorite method to smelt large amounts of iron. Eventually, it winds up being worth it and quite nice to have a, industrial smelter where you just put it all in and it distributes it. But, it's such an expensive. Where did I put the chests? Such an expensive thing, and it's nice, but it's really only once you're rich. However, the kind of cheap life hack it's not really, but method that I like to go about it is to simply get a couple buckets full of lava from the nether, because there is always, always more lava in the nether. There's more lava than any of us like in the nether, and it's just an easy, quick source of fuel, and it lasts forever. Now, as far as an end game sort of fuel, I really like blaze rods once you have a blaze rod farm, but that's also more of an end game. Oh my goodness. Why, hello there. And the game freezes. Great. This is not good. Well, that was certainly interesting. So, we cannot die here because I have my most valuable stuff on me, basically. So, if there's anything we can't do, it's not die. But this is my gathering spot for. There we go, we have 4 buckets full of lava. That will last us a bit. So the only other thing is a bucket of lava will do more than a stack of iron. So I like to put a couple of hoppers on each side of the furnace so that I can put multiple stacks in and multiple stacks will come. Funny that the XP went through. Portals are such interesting mechanics. So I'm going to get on and do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the hoppers leading inward, which will dump our iron ore in, and our hoppers outward, which will take it out so we can put more than a stack in. So in each of these, I'll just more or less split this up. So it looks like there's enough for 2 in each one. And then we have some of this. Yeah, I guess this will have a couple extra, whatever. And now we just place our bucket in here. No, that one. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you wonder where the buckets went, they went down into here. So it immediately just sucks the lava out. It's great. And yeah, The only thing is you don't get XP from that, but that's okay because I seem to have plenty of XP. So now we need to get on to the more pressing matters. I almost used up a pick, so I'm going to go enchant one of those, and then we'll be back to start digging out the room for the sorting system. Now if you look down there, there's a horse in our carrot field. That is because on my mining expedition I stumbled into our house again, and I had a couple saddles that I had gotten from the skeleton dungeon I found. Unfortunately I found that while I was not recording, and so I rode him back. If you don't remember, I had to abandon him due to glitching of the game back a couple episodes. It's kind of a sad time. So I'm gonna go enchant my stuff and I'll be back. Oh my, look at that. It's an invisible spider. I forgot that spiders can go invisible. Man, that is creepy to find in the wild. I mean, it's totally just an invisible spider. Man, how freaky. Not quite sure I like this. Ow, what's hitting? Must have been one of you guys. Anyways, whatevs. Right, so a little enchanting and a glass of lemonade later, I got myself a new efficiency 4 and breaking 3 shovel, which is not as good as the fortune 3, but honestly, when do I really need fortune on a shovel? I mean, I get all the flint I need, and I never need flint. I mean, it's almost useless. I don't use that many arrows, and what arrows I usually get from skeletons, since you have to kill a fair amount of them. Anyways, I got a new pickaxe, fortune 3, efficiency 4, not bad, but that's just an extra one. I combined 2 pickaxes I got for a total of 10 XP. It cost 7 to combine and 3 to enchant for a efficiency 5 and breaking 3, fortune 3. So that is my new pickaxe. I am very pleased about it. And you know what? I don't really want that one, so I'm going to put that back. That is that one. Okay, don't need arrows for this, I'm pretty sure. Definitely don't need that. As I mentioned before, we're going to start building not on the first level, but the second level due to constraint. Whoa. This sand from where? Crud muffin. Crikey. Well, looks like we're going to have to shore up some of this lake. This lake obviously cannot be here where our storage room is, and I'm not really willing to move our storage room location because moving it down another level would not only interfere with our previous project down there, but would make it rather difficult to access. So we are going to have to make an artificial island, or peninsula, whatever you want to call it. But, so it looks like this will be fun. We can't be doing any time lapses this time, unfortunately, because I am rather sparse on time. It's kind of funny how currency sometimes drives away from any monetary value and becomes something more of a time-based system. But this has taken enough of my day, so I really can't do any more time lapses. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of dirt, well, grab a bunch of cobble, I guess, and I'll be filling it in. Well, iron is progressing along smoothly. I have just kind of started filling in the pond, or our lake thing, whatever, and I remembered something. I was going to build a, 5 long passage out, so it'd be from, here, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-ish, maybe a little more, and then I was going to have the room. Now, everything's fine and all with that design, this being the middle, I guess, but I just need to then figure out what to do. So a long passage, then a square of 22 or so. That will fit all the redstone and all that. It won't actually take all that, but I can put some of the water back, and I'm gonna make it a park on top or something. I mean, this is a large build. Out over here, I mean, those farms are temporary, so I mean, they're not more permanent farms, so it's not that big of a deal. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. So, okay, we must figure this out properly. Okay, so we have a room. We'll have a, I'm going to have it step down and then step up one. That way we have a 5 tall corridor. Although, no, I wanted to make it actually a 7 tall corridor. So we either have it step down another one, or step up one, or have it step up 2. I think we'll have it step up 1 and then step down another one. I mean, this is kind of... Yeah, I guess we could step into the large hallway, and that would be perfectly acceptable. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that. So from there, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So the 6th one will be the posts entering the room. So you can count like 5 off from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So in other words, we will be starting our 11 block. So it pretty much is the same thing. I got it pretty much right. So that's pretty much what it boils down to, which is kind of depressing. I was hoping that in my recalculation I get something better. So I'm going to catch up with you guys as soon as I've finished this task, because this is really boring. Right, so I've got, I think, more or less what I want filled in. So we shouldn't have many water issues now. So now I just need to plan out where the room is going to be. So this is going to basically be a lot of digging. And again, because of time issues, I cannot make this a time lapse. So I'm going to dig out some, oh wow, I did not do a good job of filling this, but it's okay. Holy schmoly, there are gaps everywhere. Did an amateur build this? Who built this? I'd like to talk to the engineer design this. There's a hole under there. Oh, a whole bunch of holes. Whatever. I see drips under there. Nope, I got it all. Anyways, so what we need to plan out is that I want a 2, 3, 4, 5 block corridor, right? So as of here, we will have our pillars for our entrances, because, everyone likes pillars. And I'm not going to make this to height yet, I just need to figure out where this is going to be centered. So this will be the entrance into the room, and I actually need to check back to my model in my creative world to make sure I get my distances right. But I will mark this place here as the start of my tunnel, middle, and where the room begins. Alright, so I'm going to pop in my creative world and I will sketch out this design. Okay, so I popped into my world and I figured out how big the actual room needed to be. Now these are the layouts for the room, so I'm going to go ahead and dig those out. Now it's going to need to extend like 5 blocks beyond that or so to cover all the redstone. It's at least 4 or 5 blocks to cover all the redstone. So I'm going to start by cutting out the room, and then I will finish by, yeah, well, I'll cut out the room and we'll worry about the rest of that later, I think. Yeah, so I will go ahead, dig this all out, and I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished digging out the space for the room, the floor, and the redstone underneath of the room. That doesn't count where all the chests and the hoppers for the chests will go. This is just the room. So right here we have our 7 tall hallway into it. Our floor would continue normally out here on this level. This would be flush with the floor. And then this down here, there'll be it's a 3 tall room that is dedicated to all the redstone. We then have high enough, we're gonna have to put a vault over it and then grass over that and maybe some trees or something. It's gonna be interesting. But this is how big our actual room is gonna be. So we can just imagine us walking in here, deciding which chests to go to, opening them, getting it all done. So, yeah. Now, unfortunately, we are running really low on time. It just has taken a ton to record all of this because so much mining has gone into this and digging and actually design of all the redstone design in the creative world actually took a long time to make. They are complex beasts, these giant sorting machines. But I believe we have it all narrowed out. So we will probably stop the episode here. Just again, like I said, due to time restraints. But oh wow, we could go get more lava. Anyways, I'm going to call this episode a quits with our ton of iron, which I think deserves to be made into iron blocks now that we have so much. And still more to be smelted. But yeah, so over the next few episodes, I'm going to be working on installing the sorting system in, because the sorting system will be installed in a series of chunks. Next, obviously, is to finish digging, well, dig a little bit more out, place the chests in, and then I think I'm going to do one wall at a time, and then there's obviously decorating at the end, which I'll have to do. So that's all we have for today, unfortunately. Really wish this could be more of an interesting episode, it's more of just resource gathering, and I didn't have time to make any time lapses or anything. But yes, I will see you all next time when King of the Jacks will be back. With the dawn of a new day, I will sign off. Goodbye.